one night we were shooting in Camp Pendleton, and I got a note saying, when you go back to the MGM tonight at the artist's entrance where the guard is, there'll be a script for you to read, and I can pick it up. And Mr. Felton would like to see you in his office in the Thalberg building at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. So this was about midnight, and Gary and I were both bachelors at the time, so we got on the Sunset Strip and picked up a couple of young ladies, went over to his house in Laurel Canyon, and I got home about 4:30, having not read the script. So I left for the studio at whatever it was, 7:30, 8 o'clock, to drive there, and I literally read the script at red lights. I just was turning. The script was called Solo at that time, and I read it. And I walked into the office, and Mr. Felton said, well, "What do you think of the script?" And I said, "Well, it's James Bond on television." And he said, "That's it." He said, "Don't say that though, because," he said, "Ian Fleming and I are friends, and that's going to cause a problem." He said, "Do you think you'd like to do it?" Now, this is really a key thing I'm going to say, of the difference between 1963 in casting and 2007 when things are cast. This was about 9:05 a.m. in L.A., 12:05 p.m. in New York. Mr. Felton said, "Get me so-and-so at NBC." Well, it was Dave Tippett, somebody, I don't know who was there. He said, "Dave," he said, "Vaughn wants to do it." Silence, puts down the phone, and Felton says to me, "Call your agent, we'll make a deal." That was it. There was no testing, there was no discussing, there was no meeting dozens of 21-year-old MBAs from Harvard who knew nothing about show business. Right. He just got the part based upon one guy's decision on the West Coast and the East Coast. He told me after we made the deal, he said, "The reason I stopped you that day in the office when we first met," he said, "because we're having a little problem." He said, "and we want to kind of play down. Matter of fact, we're going to change the name of the show. We're going to take Solo away from it because that's a character in Goldfinger, and we were having litigation problems with Ian Fleming. I think Fleming died somewhere along this period of time. So I learned about the problem after I was already cast. And we shot the pilot the week that Kennedy was killed, or President Kennedy was killed. So we actually shut down shooting. He was killed on my birthday. He was killed on November 22nd, 1963. And by the end of the day, none of us were able to really work, and we stopped shooting about midday on that Friday. Then we didn't go back to work till the following Tuesday because there was 4 days in mourning for Kennedy at that time.